Welcome, good morning, and welcome to Adu and TheGuru. It's another Monday, the last in the month of May, and it's time for us to talk about the biggest stories in news and give you an analytic perspective to them all. We've been running the People's Perspective, People's Parliament, Nigerian People's Parliament for a while, and I'm sure TheGuru will let you know just how that conversation will ensue as the show continues. But first, let me remind you that you can join the conversation by WhatsApping us on the WhatsApp number of the station in the meantime. And then later on, you can call us on the phone numbers. Twitter is at Lagos Talks 913. That's the Twitter handle of the station. And WhatsApp is 0809 234 5913. There's lots to talk about, and we would love to hear from you. And so, without further ado, let me present to some and introduce to others the editor-at-large of thenewsguru.com. He is a veteran journalist with over 40 years of journalistic experience, is often called the man with a historical perspective, and we simply call him the Guru. Mr. Goodluck Jonathan is live with us in the studio today, as well as we are live on Instagram. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Adu. How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you, sir.
Listeners, you are welcome. This is Lagos Talks 91.3 FM, and you are welcome to the segment named Adu and TheGuru. Let me take responsibility, because if the fault is from my crew, if the fault is from us, somebody should be seen as taking responsibility. So that I apologize. With all sincerity. It is heavy on me as well. But then you are not responsible, so I'm responsible. So apology. Because this is almost 10 o'clock. About 30 minutes is gone. I have in the studio with me here today two gentlemen. They are the members in continuation of what I started about 2-3 weeks ago.
The People's Parliament.
The Nigerian People's Parliament.
NPP.
That's a political party, Charles. You never told me. NPP. Who started NPP in Nigeria? Was it Nnamdi Azikiwe or what?
It wasn't Nnamdi Azikiwe and Waziri Yakubu. Waziri Ibrahim.
Then Waziri went on to NPP. GNPP.
Yes, please.
That's my politics without bitterness.
So you are here again with NPP.
So, and now, let me get it right. Nnamdi Azikiwe was from Anambra State.
Yes, sir.
But we are from Abia State.
Yes, I am.
Why are you now resurrecting the political party of Nnamdi Azikiwe?
No, TheGuru, you did. You said Nigerian People's Parliament. NPP.
If you are to be from Anambra State, I would understand that.
You know, we thrive with abbreviations in this country.
Yes.
You know, APC, for instance. Yes.
The tablet.
Exactly. So it all depends on what you mean.
APC, yes.
But the APC, the marketplace today, is not able to carry any headache.
That's why you have to mix it with some other one you have to inject.
Okay. The voice you just be hearing the voice of Charles Kalu, my erudite. I call him the Sheikh Buruburu of journalism. This man has really made this impact. What's the name of the book you are launching in a few hours' time?
The Power of an Editor.
The Power of an Editor.
Yes, sir.
You've heard from him. So he joined today because his twin brother, Fred, is conspicuously missing. He did not tell me why I will not find him on the way. But I want to believe that the issue of Peter Obi must still be hitting him below the belt.
How can possibly? I also thought maybe he's still traveling from Abuja back to Lagos.
Was it? Oh, okay. Therefore, I can understand if he fails to come to Lagos directly, mostly the studio, because of the package coming from Abuja. Where Wadodo, Iwori will call that a Wadodo. The Robo people call it Idolo.
I didn't know that Fred was a political delegate. I mean, noticing something that I don't know.
And the voice you've just heard is voice of Professor Joseph Abugu, senior advocate of Nigeria, a professor of commercial law at the University of Lagos, not Lagos State University, University of Lagos. Gentlemen, you are welcome.
Thank you, Guru.
And I want to. Okay,
Good morning,
please
sir.
do what you know how to do best before I continue.
Morning, Nigerians.
That's good. Charles,
Good morning, Nigerians.
you know, at the time you vanished away and.
I reappeared after the
No,
convention.
the mere fact that you dedicate yourself to books these days, which is a very good thing, because that's let every Nigerian who know how to do something write a book. The fiction, the blending of fiction and factual, and all, they are good because the more we write, either you present lies or something, somebody will want to challenge it and put in what that person will call the true perspective, the true here in quotes. Then we are knowing more. It's like when the politicians are fighting themselves. That tells Nigerians what exactly is happening in the other room. So thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, sir.
Prof, I cannot thank you enough.
You're welcome.
I cannot thank you enough. But what else can I say than say thank you? You are welcome. Now, there is a menu I sent earlier. The menu combines Peter Obi mass resignation hit Anambra PDP. Ozigbo, the man who contested the election the other day, all of them are leaving PDP. They are leaving the party. They are withdrawing from the race. In Edo, APC classman indicted the fraud in U.S. for legislative election. Number 3, how politician pushed me to contest, collected all my savings. This is being said by former Inspector General of Police Mike Okiro, and this is being reported by the Daily Trust. Then number 4, Tinubu Kwankwaso Ekweremadu may lead regional parties. It's Punch that is saying this. Swiss firm named in massive bribery of MPs, NNPC official pleads guilty. Premier Times. The company from Switzerland accused of bribing NNPC very massively. Very, very massively. And of course, why would they bribe NNPC? They bribe NNPC with dollar.
Are you saying NNPC as a corporation or NNPC officials?
NNPC official.
Exactly. Say it the way it is.
Okay. I never knew that they've gotten across to you. They've hired you to defend them. But the most important thing here is that either the officials or NNPC, they were bribed with dollars. And a few hours ago, dollars were being shared in Nigeria like cake. All right. Then we had with us here also APC Primary. I'm ready to serve, not to make money. Bola Tinubu is making that admission. And of course, the Vanguard newspaper reported it. Female lawmaker floors Tinubu's ally. Ribadu wins Adamawa APC governor's ticket. Punch reported that. That woman is great. She has made history. She's in the Senate currently. But she beat Ribadu, beat every one of them, beat a former governor of that state. And she picked the ticket to become the first. She will be the first. Mama from Anambra was first. You know, a lot of things must happen in Anambra State. Charles, are you listening to these ones? But that lady picked the ticket. Then Ganduje backs Fayemi presidential ambition, says it is payback time. Vanguard reported this. What is actually happening in politics? Ganduje, Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje, who had always been the soulmate of Bola Tinubu, and with everything, these politicians, they will kill us. It reminded me that, what is his name? El-Rufai got all delegates from Kaduna to endorse Bola Tinubu. Then 3 days later, Rotimi went there to solicit for the. Then the same El-Rufai now look at his delegates and say, any one of you will say it will not be good for the presidency to go to the south. say it to. They say no. He said, you have all the delegates. He was telling.
I know she 3 days after.
He was telling that you will have all the delegates. 3 days before all the delegates endorsed. I can Ganduje, Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje, alias Gandula. How on earth we say time to pay back? Fire me, come on. We are your people here. Where Tinubu is still alive. Ha. All right. Analysis: how aspirants stand in PDP presidential race. That is no more necessary because it has been overtaken by facts of our time. Then 2023, INEC extends the deadlines for conduct of primary daily. So these are the menu, but we are not going by the menu strictly at all. We may want to explain, gentlemen. Thank you once again for coming. We may want to analyze how independent is INEC in view of the fact that from time to time, INEC will either extend, INEC will either postpone under pressure. February 16th, 2019, I was sitting all night because I was preparing my analysis, zone by zone. At about 11 in the night, that Friday night, somebody called me from Abuja. He said, "Godi," I said, "Yes." He said, "The election is no more holding tomorrow." I said, "Don't come here to tell me that joke. What time is this?" He said, "The election is not holding." He said, "Very soon, the INEC chairman, Mahmoud Yakubu, that he will come on television to announce it." He said, "Please take a keen look on his face on the television." He said, "The man is being brutalized now as I'm talking to you by power that be." He dropped. Then we use iPhone. There's this segment of the iPhone. It's not WhatsApp. Is it live what? Live what you call it? Something live. Lifetime or live something. FaceTime. You know, that's a technology that nobody can break into. So I call him on FaceTime. Oh, he said, "Are you doubting what I say?" He said, I am where the man is being brutalized. He said, that is why he told me that to concentrate, I should concentrate. Then I was going through my documents. I was looking at television. The man did not come on air until 2:30 a.m. That is few hours when election would voting would have resumed. In fact, I really don't. Immediately I saw his face. Then I knew Papa don't beat this picky well. And he came back to announce and he put it logistics. The question will be, how independent is INEC? Please hold that. Then now, after saying to the whole world, no, we have other things. If we move on, it will affect the others. And if we are pretty, where do we get it? No, we are not. I don't know whether Mama beat Peking this time or Papa beat Peking. INEC has extended. When Godwin Obaseki was to come in first time in the boat of his Oga, Adams Oshiomhole, the election was postponed. The reality of it is that Adams Oshiomhole, I have it on record, told somebody that I don't know what is wrong with these people. Money has not arrived though. Money has not arrived. The money they were expecting from the national had not arrived. The money for the election. Either you want to reject it or you want to accept it. I will say it loud and clear. Votes are for sales. They take them as commodity to the marketplace. They sell, they buy. Then a report came that for security reasons, the election in Edo State need to be postponed. And now we have this. So we discuss that affirmatively. The ships are already down. We know that in PDP. Atiku Abubakar, every other thing is now history, has picked. I wish some people can wish him best of luck. Was it the fourth time before Buhari got it? After ever going to the marketplace to weep, he cried so loudly that I wouldn't know. If the mother were to be alive, the mother would have consoled the son. He cried. But on the fourth is Buhari going historically the way of the Fulanis now? I mean, Atiku Abubakar. Is he going the way of the Fulani? Gentlemen, once again, you are welcome. But let me just pick this. And I will keep my mouth shut until you finish with your assignment because of the time we lost. Money is deciding this election. As money has decided the election all times in Nigeria, except that now there is no more fear. The money is being taken to the marketplace. And INEC said that INEC has the power to arrest and charge. To quote, I think so. Professor will correct me. But I want to bring 3 examples before Saturday in Abuja, where the dollar flooded the market. And go to any malam now to ask of even $1,000. They will tell you, say, there is no. You know, all had gone to Abuja. And the APC own is coming. Good example is that a night before the primaries in Kogi State, the wife of Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello, is it Hadija or what is her name? Okay, I will get the name out before I finish this thing. Rashida Bello, shared 1 million to all her aides as security aides. And please, we should not forget that the governor had 4 wives. So if Rashida now shared 1 million to all her aides, what happened to the remaining 3? Don't they share? Where is that money coming from? Maybe it would be wrong to say it's Nigeria money, but will it be wrong to say it is Kogi people's money? Is that supposed to be? Yes, well, that's a very, very small version of it. In Kaduna State, Adam Sambo, the son of the immediate deputy vice president to Goodluck Jonathan, contested in Kaduna to go into the House of Representatives. He lost out because he made 2 mistakes. Why everyone that were contending at the level of House of Representatives were giving the delegates 5 million naira each. Please, later, Charles, you know you passed your mathematics. You know we are in the same class together. I failed my mathematics, you passed. So you will convert that to dollar for us. Why each of the contestants into House of Representative level were given 5 million naira to delegates. The former vice president's son, Adams, came and was given 2 million naira. I'm promising that once we finish, I will add 1.5 million, making everything for him 3.5 million. He has forgotten that when you go with bribe into any venture in Nigeria, there's nothing like promissory notes. It is cash and carry. So he failed woefully because what 5 million naira would have delivered, he reduced it to 3.5 million naira. Even the 3.5 million naira, 1.5 million naira of it was a promissory note when we finish. Which language? When we finish what? He failed. But the boy is so polite enough. He's so polite. I love him. Instead of him going straight away to the assassin, which could have taken 50,000 naira and knock off as many as they were, because somewhere in Lhasa in those days, I used to know that assassin, if you are close to them enough, they take 5,000 naira and the picture of the victim. In many years, he does this. When I was the crime editor of the Punch newspaper.
But sir, 5,000 naira those days is not 5,000 naira.
No, it should be millions now. So the son of the vice president now just called. He said, okay, come, Dala, Zana, the money. Thank God you've not gone too far. He sat down and was collecting his money back from the people in Nigeria, where there is law. All right. Let us travel from there. Let us move down to Niger State. The former Attorney General of Niger State came into the competition in their primaries. And he lost out. He called his coordinator. He said, don't sit down there. Call all the delegates. So the man sat down. I have the video camera of them. The man sat down and was bringing, some were returning the dollar they collected. Some were returning it in Naira. Even the Naira own, his personal assistant was arguing with them. If we give you dollar, why are you returning Naira? And they were collecting this money back. I don't know whether INEC is still alive. I don't know what it amounted to. Let us travel to Ondo State. A senator that has been in the Senate 2 times, Ayo Akiyeleru, bought cars for top members of the PDP, National Working Committee of the PDP, so that they can favor him. That one is just to favor him because he had paid the delegates. And the result came out. He got closer to nowhere that we passed through Idonre or whichever place to go to Abuja back again. What did he do? He just, this gift of car, including a member of National Working Committee of PDP, whom he gave a car to, Chief Shegun Adegoke. He sent for them. Please, and these are brand new cars, SUVs, which cost not less than 50 million. He said for them, return the cars now. He's not promising lot of tomorrow. Thank God you've not driven it so far. Returned, and he collected this car, all those cars he bought for all of them. In Nigeria of today, in politics. We can go on counting. I mentioned it here about 6 months ago, and I was repeating it continually that this is going to be the costliest election in the history of the whole world. I reminded people that the primaries of PDP in Port Harcourt in 2019, the tempo was moved. That was the first time that people got $20,000 delegates, $20,000. But today, it's not necessary for you, Professor or Charles, to be in Abuja to know what had happened there now.
In fact, if you see the EFCC's, let's say, breezing into the venue.
But the question I ask, what were they going there to do?
Maybe they came on intel.
Okay, intelligence. Or maybe they come. Yes, they are my people. But did they come so that...
Is there any reported arrest by EFCC?
No, they
were just searching.
They were just looking, opening their eyes. Maybe they came for, what is happening? We're there here now. I think we're not there here. All right. Now, let us go to the monetization. Again, Prof, I will start from you. Again, if I tell you today, let us keep to 2 minutes, don't challenge me that I have to write, keep 10 minutes. I have apologized for those who deny us starting from the beginning. This monetization, what is the position of law about it? Which is publicly being done now.
Well, Guru, first, I think you are being a little bit equivocal. Equivocal.
Okay.
In one breath, you say that historically, even as far back as 2019, money changed hands in Port Harcourt.
Yes.
And in another breath, you are saying that this current election primaries, money is also changing hands. And then you then give the impression that there must have been some change in the law.
No, I did it too, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, so it's an undertone in what you're saying.
No, what I said, please let me defend myself. Allow me to the doc to defend myself. Now that you've redacted me on your sheet, let me defend myself. Yes, I said money has been changing hands over the years, but the thing has moved to the point that it is not expected. Go to the Malam, the Bureau de Change Malam there today. And I went to ask yesterday so that my report can be complete. They will tell you that those who are your customers, they will say,
there's no dollar in
that's
the market.
all the dollar has gone to Abuja now.
Okay.
and the rate 20,000 in Port Harcourt, you can't compare it to 40,000, and reality is some 50,000 that is gone into the race now. Neither can you compare it to a situation that I bought you a car so that I can win the ticket. Now that you didn't give my car back, or would you compare it to where a former attorney general of the state will sit down with his director of campaign, bring the money, and they will challenge it. We'll give you $. Why are you bringing naira? And all those.
Okay.
And the law is there. So, sir, you reduce it to 1.5 minutes now.
Yes. First, the presidential system of government is an expensive system of government.
Yes.
And when it comes to the presidency, it is never a cheap contest, even in the United States of America.
Yes.
But in Senate climes, much of the electoral spending goes into campaign ads, town hall meetings, travel expenses, meeting delegates, and so on and so forth. But here in this country, maybe because of the state of our development, you can also attribute it to the pervading poverty of the people, which itself is a deliberate outcome of government policies over the years.
To impoverize the people.
To impoverize the people. And so make them amenable to manipulation. So you now see that our own version of electoral expenses, is that of paying money directly for votes.
Cash and carry.
Cash and carry. And so it's always been illegal. It is still illegal. Okay? And, in the 2019 elections, there were cases of prosecutions by INEC.
Yes.
At least we must give that to them.
Yes.
There were cases
mostly
of
Calabar.
Cash that were recovered. Even state electoral commissioner.
Yes.
Was returning officer.
The returning officer
was prosecuted and convicted.
2 professors.
Well, okay.
2
I
professors.
deliberately didn't want to use
2
the
professors.
word
Okay, professor, 2 of your colleagues.
Well, no, professor is different.
So the law has always been there. But what we're seeing is a clear bastardization of the electoral system.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. That's very good. Charles, is INEC, how independent is INEC? I just given few instances where an independent body falling under the hammer of executive had to postpone election. And this very one, this grace, when INEC had shouted, no way, it will not be done, it will not be done. The question simple I want you to answer, please, sir. How independent is the Independent National Electoral Commission?
Thank you, TheGuru. I think it's more of, it's something on the paper, because it's something written on the paper, because even INEC, for instance, even the security of the votes, the materials itself, how secured are they? Because I do know, I think I've been able to talk to an INEC official who did say that even the minting print here does not print all those materials. They are printed abroad and brought in. Okay, so, but this is also a material that to a large extent should be very, very, very secret and independent. Okay, but it is also printed abroad and brought in here, and it is also kept in the CBN. And we also saw what happened with the CBN, that even the CBN governor was even going for the presidential ticket of a political party.
It's about the card-carrying member.
Exactly. So sometimes
he's a card-carrying member of APC.
Yes, and he was bold enough to exhibit his APC card in a suit, trying to restrain him from contesting.
Are we talking of the same governor, Godwin Emefiele?
Of course, yes. Absolutely. That's how brazen he was.
Absolutely. So when you now look at that, you now wonder, how independent are they? And you also gave an instance. Just a few days back, the INEC national chairman did tell us that by today, by second, third, they'll be expecting that all the political parties must have brought in their supposed candidates from that of the lowest to the highest.
Yes.
And that nothing will ever make them.
Thank you.
Just as you did say, somebody called you to say, watch the man's face.
Yes.
But this one, we saw a statement.
Yes.
Because we wish it had also been something that maybe had been announced behind a microphone, either on radio or TV. Then we'll be able to analyze the facial expressions and the voice with which it is being announced. So that is also another thing that brings us in. How independent are they? Moreover, yes, we also did see, we're talking about sharing money and all this stuff, which is also part of what INEC is expected to look out for. But the INEC officials that were monitoring the elections, the convention of the PDP, they were all up at the podium.
Probably monetized themselves.
They were all up at the podium because when the MC was saying that, look, we only needed the 13 or 14 observers or returning officers of the aspirants, they said those 14 including INEC officials. So one would have also expected INEC officials to have been sitting at the various points to watch, to see, possibly clandestinely to watch if anything was passing by, because we all do know that a $20,000 can easily squeeze into your pocket. Nobody knows. But that is dollars. But if it is naira, you need to work a bit hard, to be able to find points where it can go in, especially if you're not wearing a cap or you're not wearing a barbaric.
Integrity. Are you talking of integrity?
I don't know. I didn't mention any names, sir. And gradually, I don't know if Kano is gradually becoming notorious about dollars and caps and so on.
Are you talking of Mr. Gandola? Go on.
The Guru, you said this. Well, Prof is here to defend us at all times. So the independence of INEC also becomes very questionable, because if you are an umpire, even if you're making a mistake, you have to make that mistake with so much strength and authority. Because we all watch games, for instance. We all watch other football games or some other basketball game. Or even if the referee makes a mistake, it's human. But the point is that decision has been taken.
Thank you very much.
By it.
Thank you very much, sir.
I think one of the biggest problems with INEC, in addition to what Mr. Charles has said, is just like the football game that you made reference to. Imagine the players are the ones paying the referee. It's going to be very hard for the referee to make the best judgment call in such instances, because if the federal government is the one sponsoring, appointing, paying for INEC and it's running, and the incumbency lies with certain political parties or political powers, how will the piper not dictate, the payer not dictate the piper?
He who pays the payer pays the Okay, thank you very much for your observation. But let me tell you, the independence is structured subject to the final analysis given by Charles on paper. Then, how independent are these people? Because Charles made a point, very, very valid point. Godwin Emefiele, the governor of the CBN, is the custodian of these very, very sensitive documents. He is a political party member of the APC.
The card-carrying member.
Carrying member. Even he was so audacious that he had to go to court. Tell them that while sitting as governor, I should be allowed to contest for the presidency.
I have no right to resign.
That is one.
And he even told us to go to hell because he said, cry your hearts out. And I'm crying mine, but the heart is to come out.
There is another thing you did not take recognition of. The man, even under pretext, we were told that the printing and minting company in Victoria Island, they printed all these things. They put them. They put printers. At the time, there was terrible game of not paying the printer. Let me not go to that story. The managing director of the print and mint, who is supposedly to print this very secret and essential document, was contesting for election in Katsina State under APC. And he has been a registered member of APC from when APC started. And He will not print the documents. He will not hand over to Emefiele. Who will be keeping them? Who will now say that the election has not been lost and won already at this stage? Let's move the discussion a little further. Prof, in your capacity as a lawyer, most of all these laws that are there, please, can you just share the few seconds the possibility of really enforcing them? Or the laws are made to read something like to your tent, O Israel?
Guru, the Electoral Act and the rules and regulations for the conduct of elections issued by INEC provide a legal framework. And under them, there are various penalties for infractions. Some of them are attracting fines, and some of them attracting terms of imprisonment. And then INEC also has powers to prosecute for infractions of these rules and regulations, provisions of the Act. Now, so the issue is not whether there is a legal framework or extant laws that are meant to regulate these anomalies that we're witnessing. The problem is the political will to do so.
Okay.
And when I say political will,
yes, sir,
there is also the issue of enablement. You know?
Enablement.
Enablement.
Yes, sir.
INEC alone will be and is always a party to every electoral suit you have in this country. Whether it is pre-election or post-election.
Okay.
In all the 36 states of the Federation, including the Federal Capital Territory. And then the same INEC statutorily then has powers to also prosecute cases like this. Buying of electoral votes, buying of delegates, and so on and so forth. Now, does INEC really have the legal capacity in terms, that's what I call enablement, to be able to take on
this expansive
responsibility of giving effect to the extant laws?
Okay.
If you ask me, my answer will be no.
Okay.
So what you then see is an ineffective implementation system.
Okay, sir. Thank you very, very much.
But the Guru, just adding a little to what Prof has said.
Not more than 2 seconds, because your question is coming to you.
If you have the political will as well, just as Mike Igini did it at Kwai Bom.
Yes.
It was him that insisted. You know, he insisted and said, look, these two profs, they are culpable. And he caught them.
Yes.
You know, and he because I remember I spoke to him a few weeks ago, and he did say he is making sure that that case gets to its conclusion.
I brought Mike to this studio to discuss Mike Igini. I brought him to this studio to discuss that matter. So thank you very much. Now, to you, Charles, please, go back into your coven. I'm not saying witchcraft coven, but go back to your coven. By revelations of things over the years, now accumulated to what we have today, do we have one Nigeria, or do we have 2 Nigerias or 3 Nigerias that these people brought the other day in October 1914, when the amalgamation law was signed in Calabar? 28 people sat, only 6 are Nigerians, and none of the 6 put pen to paper to sign anything. Do we have one Nigeria, or we have about 2 Nigeria being put together? It's a very... If you don't want to answer it, please say so. No, I will defend you.
Guru, it's a very tough question, but I think we have one Nigeria, but I think we have also allowed ourselves, we have let the politicians to take the narrative. We have let them to carry on. You know, we have let them. It looks as if they are the ones that are dictating. Why am I saying this? Because it looks as if we have only 2 political parties in Nigeria. Okay, it looks as if there's an article that has won somewhere, then we are waiting for the other political party for some other candidate to emerge, then we go for 2 of them.
Okay.
But we have more than a dozen political parties.
Okay.
So the narrative too should also, somebody asked me yesterday that how do I become a delegate? And I did say, to what extent do you know about the politics of the politics in your own local community, even in your village, for instance? Because you can still stay here and play the politics there.
Yes.
Because you can stay here, play the politics there, and when the time comes, they can elect you to become a delegate on their behalf.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that you live in Lagos, they can elect you from your village to represent them as a delegate. But because we have also we have left it for them, because by the time you go to see in your small ward, in your community, who are the people managing it? The chairman of the local ward that could be the head of the Okada riders. Okay? It could also be the executive people could also be conductors of buses and so on. So what do you say? So when the time for decision now comes to say, okay, we want a delegate, definitely they are going to elect one of them as the delegate.
Okay.
So we have led the narrative, but I still believe that it is a country we all have to find a way to build.
Okay. Probably you narrowed my question to the most befitting way you believe you could answer it.
Absolutely. Being the teacher, you've set an exam, so it depends on the angle I take it from.
Okay.
Also, but it was also one of the points that must have been in the notes you gave to us.
Charles.
Yes, sir.
Article had won. The statement was revigorated from beginning, where Senator Yoayu said, we must go for what we put in the constitution since we created this party. That is the zoning. Maybe after this, we can change it. He made this statement before Tambuwa brought his theory of let us win the election first, then we zone later. Then suddenly, Ayu with all his promises collapsed. Atiku had picked the ticket. And the postponement of the primaries for 6 days, according to what we are hearing from the Vineyard, was to give room for the consensus that President Muhammadu Buhari personally is navigating, the way he navigated Abdullahi Adamu to come in. Now, let me split the question into 2. The first one is that, does it mean that if a section of Nigeria, whatever they decide, is binding in the other Nigeria? That's why I asked the question. How many Nigeria do we have?
It is not, sir. But the thing is, even Ayu said the MVP, the most valuable player in the convention of 2 days ago, is the governor of Sokoto State. He said it was caught in camera. Okay, he also said it. But the point too is, there's a question. For instance, the whole of Southeast, the aspirants got 15 votes.
Yes. Up to 15?
14 actually.
No, 15. Ohuabunwa had 1.
Yes.
Anyim Pius had 14.
14, okay.
So we
Pius got 14?
Yes,
Yes.
15.
He is the most valuable man there for my calculation.
And the delegates from the Southeast are about 100, 95, 96 to about 100, or thereabout. So what happened to the others? That's the question. So if you party people have been clamoring for a Southern president, then you had a chance, because possibly if they had splitted it, it's okay. The whole of Southeast voted for Anyim or Sam Ohuabunwa, one of them. They give them a block vote. Then South gives Wike a block vote.
You are not even recognizing them?
No, I'm just giving instances.
Okay.
So if we had all block votes, then it means that would have gotten to a point where there may have been a tie. Then 1 or 2 of them will now step down for them to fight. But it didn't happen. But even as we speak, because I don't know how it happened, but even the governor of Delta State was wearing what's his name, Wike's dress, Wike's Ashebi. So what happened? So it also now
means
means
I will ask you. You are closer to them. Tell us.
If I were there, I would have tried to find out, because
you are with them spiritually, physically.
The much I got was on TV. I bet I tried to watch, but there's only to an extent to which you must watch, because the camera, you only follow what the camera gives to you. So these are also the things. So if it was agreed that way, that the South is really clamoring for a change, and it didn't come, or for it to come to the South, it didn't come, then there's a question somewhere. That is also why all of us have to show interest in politics.
Okay.
We must not sit by and let some people, because the middle class also, fine, even if they've elected their candidates, can't we change it?
Going by the South clamoring for president, Mr. Charles, before the Guru asked the next question, just a couple of months back, maybe it was last year or late last year, the Southern governors, 17 of them had a convention. February, and said
in Asaba.
Yes, in Asaba, that we want the presidency to come to the South. You just mentioned the governor of Delta State. You mentioned the governor of Akwa Ibom State. You mentioned the governor of River State, and many others who were there, who watched the so-called clamor for the presidency to the South swing to the North, and nobody did any substantial thing to keep it at home.
Okay, thank you very much, Adu. So the next question, gentlemen, we are reducing it to one minute. As I'm going to bring it 3 seconds. So your answer shouldn't go more than 1 minute. Do you see Goodluck Jonathan be featured by the abracadabra that is playing out? Goodluck Jonathan. First of all, yes or no? Do you see him as coming to as a candidate of consensus so that APC can pick him? And if it happens that, do you see any threat from different angle facing the APC? Sir, I start with you, Prof.
Anything is possible in Nigerian politics.
Okay. So including seeing Goodluck Jonathan coming in?
Very possible.
Okay. Thank you very much for your short answer. If Goodluck Jonathan comes in, do you see any battle between the governors against Buhari and what's the name of Buni, governor of Yobe? Maimala Buni.
I don't see what battle you envisage, Guru. The bottom line is this: the PDP primaries have just revealed to us in both terms what the true nature of Nigerian politics is all about.
Okay, sir.
When people clamor, we want a southern president, we want power to shift to the south, and all of that, we are marginalized. Since the Civil War, we've not been incorporated into mainstream political activity. No Igbo man has held, a position of the president, and then the middle belt clamoring, and all of that. These clamors are not on the grounds of principle. Let us accept that.
So the name of the game is deceit.
The name of the game is deceit and personal interest. Just like Adu has said, Southern governors came together and said, this is what we stand for. Now, did those Southern governors ensure that, those of them, look at the Southeast and South. The PDP is a strong party in that part of the country.
Yes.
Now, did they stand firm at the PDP primaries to ensure that delegates from their states, who in political terms are under their control, who they facilitated to Abuja, did they ensure that they voted according to the principle of let power come to the South?
No.
They didn't.
No.
So, relate that to your question. If Jonathan comes in as the candidate of the APC, then you have a straight fight between Jonathan and Atiku. Right? Now, don't be deceived that because Jonathan is now from the South, or from the South, that as a result of that, all the governors from the South are going to queue behind him. If you believe that, it's a complete fallacy. At the end of the day, in a straight fight between Atiku and Jonathan, if he emerges as the candidate of the APC, will be determined by, again, self-interest. Period.
Okay. Short, very short question. Do you see Atiku picking Nyesom Wike as vice president?
What made Nyesom Wike to have also lost this are also the things that could make it difficult for him to pick the vice presidency. And what were those things? Because he literally fought all his friends. You now saw what the last minute thing his very great friend Tambowa did to him. Because he was already coasting in and so on and so forth. So right now, this is a man that has consistently abused his party, consistently abused any person that comes by his way. He stood up to Peter Obi and told him to hell, you're not even going to get a vote from your people.
Even in what Anambra told you, don't waste your vote.
Exactly.
Don't give it to Peter Obi.
Was it not the same person that walked into their national working?
If they blackmailing the National Working Committee, say, I help most of you to come here, so time to pay back.
So he supported the governor of Edo State. And the next minute he was fighting him. And do you think? And I do know that the governor of Edo State is closer to Atiku than he is to Wike. So how is he going to get it now? Because this is a man that has consistently, some of the decisions he has taken has always been somewhat anti-North. So how is he going to come in there? Because that was also why the governors from the South had to gang up against him.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Let me quickly add this question. Please permit me just to add this question in one second. Between Udom of Akwa Ibom and Okowa of Delta State, who is mostly to fit into the cap of the vice president?
That is my own opinion.
Yes, sir.
If they had left me, I would have told Atiku to come for me. But it's still the case of self-interest. Both of them have worked for the party. I think both of them are good for Atiku. Let him choose any of them.
The political interpretation, can't you bring it to bear on this question and be specific?
I think Udom.
Okay, thank you for that. Prof, on the eve of 1979 general election, Obasanjo went on air to broadcast to Nigerians, and part of what he said that as we go to the polls tomorrow, bear in mind that the best man may not emerge as the president. Can you use that and come to the conclusion that the Nigeria electorate had not been given a fair ground to dictate to become the president? That whoever becomes president in all circumstances and at all times, like what we are seeing today, is manipulation of that clique, which is less than 3% of the total population of Nigeria? That's the question, sir.
Guru.
Guru is answering you.
I don't know whether the malady is self-afflicted by the Nigerian electorate, or whether it is one that is engineered, executed by the elites. Upon deep reflection, I think they are both culpable.
The electorate that has been pulverized out of senses?
Yes.
You want to compare with the manipulative powers of the elite? More so where President Ibrahim Babangida said that the problem is of the Nigerian elite, including himself being an elite.
They are both culpable.
Okay, sir.
You see, if as a voter at my village level, I expect that a candidate for election must come and give me bag of rice and distribute money or other palliatives for him or her to be acceptable to me, then when that individual assumes office, I still expect that he owes me a responsibility. If I, at the village voting level, does not have the sense to say, who will best represent us? Who will best speak for the underdevelopment that I'm seeing all around me? Who will best project the interests of my unemployed children and relations? Then there's a fault with that electorate.
Okay.
And then for the elite, it's all about power, money, and status. And who are the foot soldiers? The electorates.
All right.
So,
yes.
in a nutshell, elections all through our history, since we started this democratic voyage, have always been manipulated, and the best does not usually become the victor.
Maybe 1993.
Hope 1993.
Hope 1993.
But then, it did not materialize.
It did not materialize. Thank you, sir. We are now going to open the lines and the questions are coming to you. The only responsibility I have here is that to moderate which question may not, because I know what it cost me, the type of begging that I beg. For you, only God will bless you, because, Prof, you have been. And I called the Charles last night. I called him last night. Be the good friend. Anyway, he was with me here throughout the election of 2019, because I was the head of the team in the election. He was throughout with me. On the other side, do you see a Southerner emerging or a Northerner emerging? It's just a simple question of not that less than 2 seconds.
The question is, which Northerner can match Atiku right now?
Are you asking me a question? Well, in this program, I ask the questions. I don't have answers.
By my own opinion, I don't think there's any Northerner that can match Atiku, right now. Or possibly, what do you say? Popularity, money, influence, and the politics. I don't think there is right now.
Hold it there. Prof, do you see another Northerner emerging in the APC to confront Atiku, given the fact that is if Goodluck Jonathan case does not fly?
Guru, in the APC, it will be very, very pathetic in my view that President Muhammadu Buhari, as the leader of the party, will throw his vice president under the bus. It will also be shocking to see the same president throw his minister, Amieshi, head of his campaign organization for 2 successive terms, minister responsible for some major infrastructural developments you can credit this government with, throw him under the bus. Now, but if that does happen, then there is no Northerner and there is no Southerner, including Jonathan, that will withstand Atiku.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. My head just got solid. Let me assure you of something. I'm not bringing you here next week, Monday. But immediately the candidate of APC emerges.
Yes.
Then please, without notice,
we'll be here.
You will be here.
Yes. That's next Monday.
That's next Monday.
So is it next Monday?
Yes.
So my thought that you will not be here next Monday is...
No. But we're also hoping that Buhari does not travel, because if Buhari travels again, INEC may push it forward.
Yes. All right, Adu. Let us invite the people in.
All right, to start with an appreciation note, I'll start from a tweet from Adegboyega. It says, I salute our Daddy D. Olorogun, Professor of Law and Senior Advocate of Nigeria, that has continued to appear on TheGuru back to back now. He says it can only be love and respect that you have for the Guru.
Thank you very much, Adegboyega. Thank you. God bless you.
Bless you, sir.
No. Give me my bell. Where's my bell? Somebody has taken it away from the studio. This bell is from both Adegboyega and Professor. He has said it louder because of love he has for me.
Yes. Thank you.
All right, so having said that, let's go to the phone line. 0809-234-5913 is the number to call. Please keep it short and simple and get straight to the point.
Please tell them it's only half a minute today.
All right. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, Prince Wires. Go ahead, quickly.
Half a minute for a whole man. Okay. Agree. Good morning to TheGuru. I will greet first.
I catch your salute.
I salute all your guests in this studio too.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. What I will say now, those who is talking of South candidates, we should now appeal to APC to do the need be and feed their candidates from the South. Okay. And your guest so far there, talking about that Buhari should not dump the Minister for Transport. The Minister of Transport know as the APC was created. The best candidate that can face our people now in the APC is Ahmed Bola Tinubu. If they let them go to the field, we don't want consensus candidates. Even though the first president, if he emerge, he can face our people, but the best candidate that can face our people now is Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Let me stop here.
Thank you very much. But next time, be ready to pay for advert before any other thing.
And contrary to what he said, I think the Minister of Transport was part of the NPDP that was collapsed into the...
Of course,
yes, he was a founding member.
And for his information, the prof did not only mention, he mentioned the vice president, he mentioned them.
Yes.
Sorry, Adu. You, the caller, is this the time for you to call me up because I gave you the number? Please, do the needful. Don't be like all these politicians that...
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Adu.
Yes, good morning to you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is David.
Hello, David.
I want to specifically thank Prof for honoring us by coming the way he has been coming. It's not easy.
Yeah.
I must say a very big thank you to Prof. Prof, I thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome.
Mr. Charles, God bless you, sir.
God bless you, sir.
Guru, I cannot thank you.
No, please go ahead, my brother.
I'm done, sir.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you for your thank yous. Okay, let me quickly breeze through some messages on WhatsApp and read them. This one is from Archie. It says, Guru and Prof and Mr. Charles, I enjoy your analysis. Top notch, top of the game. God bless you, sir. This is coming from Osemigo. No, that's not his name. That's a greeting.
No, he greeted that Osemigo.
His name is S.A. or S.A.
S.A.
S.A. Okay. He said Osemigo. My comment is regarding UPU's statement about the endorsement of David Edevia. Edevia, yes, that's very wrong for them. They should have given their blessings to all aspirants of Urobo extraction. Beg your pardon. Moses from Ikorodu says...
Sorry, on this Edevia, I've analyzed it enough.
Yes.
The bullet that hit the UPU now, I cannot see any medical doctor surgeon that will be able to operate and extract the bullet from UPU body. Go ahead.
Moses from Ikorodu says, good morning, Ado and Guru. Atiku emerged as PDP candidate. It's actually worrisome. Another Fulani man. I hope he will not continue where the president is intending to stop. May God save the
But Atiku is different from the president. Let's see which side. That is if he wins eventually.
John Adesanya says if the politicians have now boldly and shamelessly taken the money for votes to such a higher ignoble level, what motivation is left for common people who eagerly go out on election day other than to get their share of the money? The true and selfless patriots should be identified, motivated, and unite to start a fraud-free political system. Godfrey says, with this brazen displayed bribery and corruption between aspirants and delegates, even when the recently enacted electoral law has criminalized it, should the citizens remain aloof as if it is just a normal political contest, unlike what obtains everywhere else. They know that, like the monkey that was laughing when the trees in the forest were being cut down, not knowing that it is his house that was falling, we all need to watch it.
Very great proverb.
Uche from Odogbolu says, I don't understand why we are concentrating on APC and PDP. Are there no other political parties in Nigeria? Don't they have candidates? Are the other parties not doing primaries? We are the ones perpetrating these negative patterns. Well, the Labour Party is supposed to have theirs today.
No, the Labour Party, that is where
Peter Obi
has gone. How many local governments do we have in Nigeria?
774.
And therefore, to win election, we are not talking of a political party that may win 13 and a half local governments. Is that what we are discussing?
Let's go to Twitter again and continue with the tweets.
And most unfortunately, we had no time today to discuss the decision of Peter Obi. I respect him in every aspect, but was that the best decision? Okay, we'll concede to him. He did what he... Maybe now that, Prof, you reminded me that we are here Monday. And I think we should start with the narrative of this Peter Obi.
So going by what we saw on Saturday, could Peter Obi had gotten up to 2 votes?
So, of what benefit now will he bring to Labour Party, or Labour Party will give to him? It's hanging question. Rhetorical. No answer. Please, go ahead.
Adedeji Adegboyega says, INEC can be independent, Adu. Where would they get their independence from? Who will grant them their independence? It is suicidal for any government in power to grant INEC the freedom they deserve due to the fear of losing power. That's why INEC is held captive. Udochukwu Nadi says, as long as the president-elect, who is the INEC boss, they can never be independent. Adegboyega comes back again to say APC still can't find the anointing oil they want to pour on the head of their chosen candidate amidst many heads that desire the oil. That is why they keep shifting the goal with INEC on their side. But for how long will they do so? This is Double Chief Oye says, well, there is something I know, and that is Atiku could do well if he decides to do well and not going to repay all that supported his campaign bid. Udochukwu says fielding Jonathan is possible under Buhari, but the North will queue under Atiku, irrespective of the party, the way they left PDP for APC in 2015. Wike is highest loser. He held PDP together when their members deserted it, losing to APC. I wonder how Wike will face Uche Secondus now. Phone lines again. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Adu.
Yes, Peter, good morning to you.
Peter, please have...
Good morning, Mr. Godwin, and good morning to those our patriotic men.
Peter, strictly half a minute, please. Go ahead.
My point is that how can Nigerians prefer on INEC and INEC chairman to do the right thing? Because I said it in the morning. This system of the day tells me that the INEC chairman might be warming up to play games. Because I always say, not about get your PVC. Will the INEC chairman give us the result of the people? Because I don't want the situation that the right time was telling us my political ambition does not worth the blood of Nigeria. What did he say in the forest? And came out to tell us that. And what are they trying to show INEC chairman in the forest? Now, that he will come then and say, my position does not worth the blood of Nigeria. Let me give it to them. We are not ready for that.
Thank you.
Nigeria be prepared for
Thank you.
chairman.
Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
I want to quickly support the professor the other time.
Okay, what's your name, sir?
Ade Adeoye from Oba.
Okay, thank you.
In 1983, the main financier of MPP was one Chief Daramola in Osun State, in then Oyo State. And my daddy was contesting senatorial seat. And the money that was being shared there was one for political meetings, the speaker, the food to be eaten, and the dancers. the current Oba of Ibadan, that is Lake Balogun, in Oyo town, when we want to do the primary to defeat Chief Mrs. Akenyade, we only buy bread and akara for delegates because they are hungry. And that was the joker there. So, the money, what is it for now? If it is those days for organizing, I think now it's for pocket fattening. Thank you.
Better say mobilizing.
Stomach infrastructure.
So it's gone from organizing to mobilizing.
Funny enough, the architect of stomach infrastructure,
he did not even get vote.
He didn't get one vote.
Maybe he didn't create enough infrastructure. Final call for today.
Or the plane that landed the millions for stomach infrastructure in 2019.
Hello, please.
Didn't land on this occasion.
Good morning, Baba Guru. Good morning.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
your name.
Very much.
Yes.
Okay, Bola.
Yes.
Okay.
See, we have been saying it. This one we have been talking about this South issue of issue. Give up president. You see what happened? The Nigerian seat. So power does not give. You go for power. You have almost 50-something votes or something. Your people, your person have 14 votes. What of the rest? Where are they? They went at people. And you tomorrow now you abuse Southwest candidate. So what left to APC now is to bring somebody that has network. We have seen this. Somebody who has network like Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who have network to contest with people. Otherwise, APC forget about it.
Thank you.
Forget about it.
Thank you. Here we are. We are now at the end of it because we lost the first 30 minutes. I'm so reluctant in going away, but I must go away. So once again, I want to thank you, Prof, very, very much. And thank you even more for reminding me that what I thought was 3 months to come is just Monday. And that all of us will congregate here again. Charles?
Thank you very much.
This year, Buru. I salute you. Thank you very, very much.
I respect you, sir.
Adu, I don't know where you belong in this issue. I don't know where you belong in this issue. But father and son, we sort ourselves out off air so that people like Wise from Amu Odofi will not hear of it. Wise, please call it again to tell me who won the House of Representatives for your Amu Odofi this thing from APC. Who is the candidate? Is it Ayo Adewale or who is the candidate? Please call me to tell me. Here we are, friends of the Guru. I will never forget you. Today is what is today? 2 more days to go for the month of May.
Oh, today's
I mean, 2 more days to go, yeah?
Yes. Penultimate day.
Yeah. So thank you very much for what you are doing. All of you out there, friends of the Guru, please watch the road, watch everything tomorrow and Wednesday where you are moving out. The police is capable of putting the threat, any threat that will come from the Okada Association into abeyance. But sometimes the police can be overwhelmed. And I don't blame the police. Sometimes if they are running with their gun and some miscreants are pursuing them, they are not coward. Because if you have 350,000 policemen for 206 million Nigerians, and 150,000 of the 350,000 they are carried back for politicians or helping politicians to distribute the dollars. So meaning you have only 200,000 over the. But for the threat and canker, wash out, because I always advise you keep yourself out of trouble. Tomorrow, Wednesday, please wash out before you hit the road. Build your own intelligence. Friends of the Guru, once again, I salute you. Follow me on Twitter at Godwin_Buebu, Facebook Godwin Itaki Buebu, plus a page in Facebook called Vetra Column. Please go to my YouTube channel, Godwin the Guru. Godwin the Guru. Why all the things that happened on Saturday, the secrets of them, which might not be disclosed here, they are uploaded there at around 1 a.m. this morning. So you will get all those things. So I want to be very, very grateful once again. Charles, thank you very much. Prof, thank you very much. Adu, thank you very much. Oluwafermi, thank you very much. Rhoda, you're doing a very good job. So Until next week, Monday, though I will be here tomorrow and Wednesday for Morning Digest. Keep yourself out of trouble. Bye-bye.